Hey, what's up guys, it's Rektor and welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out the sheetmusicdirect app. This is a companion app to the website, and we'll also check out the past subscription that unlocks 1.1 million arrangements. First off, quick disclaimer, sheetmusicdirect reached out and asked if I'd be interested in covering this app on my channel. After I took some time to review it, I decided it was cool enough. I'd love to show it with you guys. They're not paying me to make this video, and I have no financial benefit from suggesting that you use it. It's just a cool app and I want to share it with you guys. If this is your first time playing music on an iPad, there are a couple accessories that you're gonna want right away. One of which is a iPad clip that will clip onto your mic stand. I'm gonna link these down below, by the way, so you have access to those. The second thing is a Bluetooth page turner pedal. These are awesome, so you can keep your hands busy on guitar, or piano, or whatever you're playing from. And the third thing is a power brick. One of these will charge your iPad 3 or 4 times over, so grab yourself a power brick. That way, if your iPad dies, you've always got some extra juice kicking around. And surprisingly enough, there's actually no reason to have an Apple Pencil with this app. It does work with it, but there's really no need to have one. We'll get into that in just a bit. That's kind of one of my talking points today. So the iPad app is actually free, so if you're a sheetmusicdirect user, you can just sync your library up to the iPad app and you're good to go. If you want the pass subscription, it's $9 a month or $99 a year. All right, so let's go ahead and break down these menus. The first thing you'll see here is that we're on the pass subscription. This does require internet to search, so just so you know. We've got our Discover tab here, which basically acts like a browse function. So you've got different search options, all sorts of popular music, best-selling, staff picks, the free options, all sorts of stuff like that. And you can click on any chart here, it'll bring it up, and it'll also show relevant searches that you might like as well. Next, we have our library, which shows sheet music that we've purchased from sheetmusicdirect. So if you've purchased something in the past, it'll show up here, as well as PDFs that you've imported into your system. So you can actually import PDFs from your computer, and they're gonna show up right here, but we'll get to that import section in just a minute. Another thing that's great is that music in your library can be downloaded to be used offline. That was one of the big questions I had. You know, if I'm playing at a pub or something like that and they don't have internet, am I gonna just suddenly lose all my music? Nope, you can download it so you can use it offline. It's very handy. You've got your favorites list here, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can search within your favorites. It almost works like a set list. So you can basically scroll through, see all your favorites that you've added. I have about 50 songs added here. You can see that some of them have been downloaded, so you can actually download them to use them offline. Next up, we've got our set lists, and set lists are pretty self-explanatory. They're basically exactly what you'd expect. You can organize your music from your favorites or from a library, and you can add them to any one of your set lists. So let's open up this first one here. Then of course, there's some options here. You can add them to your device, you can reorder them, you can choose to favorite them. You can also remove from the set list or add to a different set list altogether. Of course, top right, we can add more songs by searching. So we can actually search through the website to find more music to add. And we can edit the playlist and drag them around however we'd like. Interestingly enough, there's no way to search within your set list. So if you're building out a list of, let's say, bar band songs, and it's 500 songs long, there's actually no way to search through that with a search functionality, but there is a way to search from your favorites. So I'd recommend using this app to put all of your songs that you like to play in your favorites, and then use the set list feature to actually build out set lists. It'd be really cool if they could add the search functionality to the set lists. I think it'd really improve the functionality of that, but as of right now, you can only search in favorites, you can't search within your set lists. When you're looking at a song that's within a set list, you can pop open this menu on the top right and see where you're at within your set list and go back and forth between songs. We have the import option down here, which is basically a modal that pops up, and it will allow you to link up a bunch of additional services like Dropbox or your iCloud. And you can see them here on the left-hand side. So you can sync up your Dropbox so that it's accessible through this application. So you can see that I've created some lead sheets in Sibelius, and I want to import some of these. So let's pick Benny and the Jets, and that's just gonna pop up. It tells me that it's been imported and added to my library, so it's gonna take me directly there. Obviously, if you import a PDF, it's not gonna have the ability to play that PDF because it's just a picture, so don't expect it to be able to like play along or anything like that. And once imported, they're automatically added to the library, so it takes you there right away, which is pretty smart. And the last tab, we have our account info. Now, interestingly, there's hardly any settings for this app. You can see that I have the subscription, and other than that, there's really nothing to change. There's just the help center and all that good stuff at the bottom. That's basically it. It's a very basic app. All right, let's start off with the cons. So con number 1, there's no way to annotate anything on the sheet music that you're looking at. Even things like play with Capo 2. You literally cannot change the music that you're looking at. This is very much a reader of the music that's coming off the website. So just don't expect to be able to jump in and make changes to the music. This app just isn't designed to do that. And on that note, you can't even write notes with your Apple Pencil. Like you can't say, practice this part or anything like that. There's literally no way to add notes to the music that you're reading. I think this app would be a complete knockout of the park if they teamed up with a company like Fourscore, giving you the option to import your music and then, erase sections, write notes, stuff like that. That would be amazing. The second thing is with the user interface. There isn't a whole lot of customizability when it comes to the way things look, the paper style, the gradient effect, the font types, that kind of thing. It falls a little bit short of where you'd see other sheet music readers, but it's not a huge deal, but it's something to consider. And the third thing has to do with what I mentioned about using it as a solo musician. So let's say you're the type who's playing in a bar by themselves, they're hammering out stuff, they're entertaining, they got the whole room singing along. You wanna be pretty quick with your searches. When you're searching within this app, there's no way to maintain the filters that you've applied to your searches. So let's say I just want guitar chords and lyrics. They do have an option for that, but you have to toggle it every time you search. So I wish there's a way you could save your search filters so that if I'm out playing at a pub and I just wanna find a song really quickly, my search filters are already engaged. It's just gonna be one step closer. On that same topic, the search requires you to actually type things in correctly. So if you type in James Tabor, you're not gonna find any music by James Taylor. It's not even gonna suggest that or say, did you mean anything like that? So because of those two reasons, it slows down the searching for solo musicians. So it's a little bit challenging for that type of a job, but if you're more of a background act, it's not a big deal. And of course, with the favorites option, you can build your own set lists, you can build your own group of favorites, so you should have that stuff. But if you are searching, you do have to spell things correctly and you do have to put on the correct filters to find the music you need. And my last con of this app is that the charts that allow you to actually play back the music allow you to change the speed of that click track and the speed of the playback, but they do it by a percent, which is like the most unmusical thing I think I've ever seen in a music app. It's kind of strange. Most music apps would do like obviously BPM and you could change the BPM accordingly. This one does percent, which to me seems like it was built by a developer, not a musician, but those cons aren't really a huge deal. They're kind of nitpicky, but just something that I've experienced over the past month that I thought I would mention. Now let's talk about the pros because there are a lot of pros to using this app. Number one, which I think is probably the biggest selling point, is 1.1 million arrangements. Like if you take any song that you can think of, almost, I've stumped it a couple times, but you're gonna see like 40 arrangements just for one song. And it'll be like piano, piano vocal, piano violin, piano cello, guitar chords, guitar tabs, easy right hand melody. You will see any arrangement that you want of these things. And the best part is that all the chords are right. They're not wrong. It's not like you're going on Ultimate Guitar where they're like mistaking a B minor for a D. These are real arrangements from real publications that make incredible, incredible charts. So the music is all great and it's all right. And I appreciate that a lot. On that same note, you're getting access to the entire Hal Leonard database. So you get access to all of that music. It is an absurd amount of music. One really important thing to mention is that if you're using the Pass subscription, it's just like any other subscription, like Netflix or Disney Plus. You're paying to stream that content to your device. You're not paying to own that content. Let's say you want to download these scores and print them out and give them out to a choir or something like that. You still need to purchase those songs that you want to download and print. The good news is, with a Pass subscription, everything on their store is 50% off to download and print. If they're just staying on the app, it's included within the subscription, so it's pretty sweet. After using this app for about a month, I have to say I think it packs a serious punch for people who are high volume users of sheet music. For me, that's probably not the case. I don't think that I consume enough sheet music to make this a justified purchase. But if you are a high volume sheet music consumer, this is gonna be an awesome tool for you, both the subscription and having 50% off in the stores if you need to download and print scores. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope that this was helpful and we'll see you guys in the next one.